Hi guys.
CTR.
My name. Hi guys.
Retention.
My name is Ilya.
Retention.
Hello. What do you want from me?
Check your analytics.
Hello guys. My name is Ilya Vetsman, and today we are going to talk about how to boost your views and subscribers using YouTube Analytics. Are you happy? YouTube Analytics is one of the key tools that helps improve your content performance and better understand your audience. And to use it effectively, you don't need to study hundreds of charts that are available there. It's enough to track 4 key metrics which I'm about to share. And you hit the like button for this video in advance. First, CTR, click-through rates indicator. You can find it in the analytics of each video right there. You can also check the average CTR of your channel. CTR shows how often people click on your video in recommendations or search results. How is it calculated? For example, YouTube algorithms show your video to 100 people. Out of those, 10 people click on it. This means your CTR is 10%. Why is this metric important? YouTube uses CTR to determine how interesting your content is to the audience it recommends. Based on this, it decides how actively to recommend it to a similar audience. The higher your CTR, the more recommendations YouTube will distribute to you. Ideally, on the premiere day, CTR should be above 10%, and then it should be higher than 5%. What affects CTR? First, it's the thumbnail. Second, it's the title. So if you notice a lower CTR, pay attention to the thumbnail or title. Make sure to change them because this will help increase your CTR. For example, we've had a case where we increased views from 10K to 100K in just 1 week by changing the thumbnail and title of the video, which boosted its CTR. And this happens quite often on YouTube. Second, and super important, is the retention in the first 30 seconds. When viewers click on your thumbnail, they start watching your video. Some of them stay while others leave. YouTube algorithms pay attention to how many people stay and watch your video in the first 30 seconds. This is a separate metric because it helps understand whether your content is interesting to the audience or if you just sold it well with the thumbnail, but the content isn't that great. The higher your engagement in the first 30 seconds, the more recommendations you'll get and, consequently, the more views. You can check the retention in the first 30 seconds for each video in the analytics right here. Additionally, YouTube highlights your top content with the highest retention in the first 30 seconds. Retention in the first 30 seconds should be no lower than 60% and ideally above 70%. This means that 70% of your audience is still watching your video after 30 seconds. To improve this metric, pay attention to your intro. In this video, I've shared 6 techniques to grab the audience attention from the very beginning. Check it out. If you see that retention is low, try changing your intro. One more common reason for low retention in the first 30 seconds is misleading expectations. Don't use this tactic and be honest with your audience. Make sure that what you say at the beginning of your video matches what you promised in the thumbnail. Congratulations! You are already halfway to mastering your channel's analytics. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to improve its analytics and get more useful tips for yours. Thank you! If YouTube only looked at how our audience reacts in the first 30 seconds, the task would be much easier. But for recommendation algorithms, it's also important to understand the average retention of your videos. You can check it for each video in YouTube Analytics here, both in percentage and in time. It's important to maintain the right balance here. If you make videos that are too short with a high retention percentage but low watch time, YouTube algorithms won't actively recommend them. On the other hand, if you make videos that are too long with a low retention percentage, YouTube algorithms won't actively recommend them too. Based on my experience, for expert content, a video length of 10-15 minutes is optimal to avoid being too short while still retaining a large portion of the audience. Your retention should ideally be above 40%. This means, on average, each person should watch 40% of your video to get maximum approval from YouTube. Stop, don't worry, of course, some people will watch very little, say 5 to 10%. but at the same time, there should be some who will watch, for instance, 90%. That is how you'll reach that number. How to increase average audience retention? This could be a separate video topic. By the way, let me know in the comments if you'd like to make one on this. Pay attention to your script. The more thoughtful your storytelling, the longer people will stay engaged. Then, be energetic. Add your energy when recording your videos. And of course, editing. The more dynamic, interesting and varied it is, the longer people will stay with you. If you watched up to this point, it means you're truly interested in growing your channel, and I can help you with that. In the description, you'll find the link for a free audit of your channel. My team and I will check all the metrics and review what needs to be improved and how to make it to increase your video views, subscribers' conversations, and of course monetizing opportunities. It's absolutely free, but there are only 5 spots available for a free audit per video, so don't miss out. And now we've come to a very important metric, the ratio of new to returning viewers. I'll share the latest information. YouTube algorithms have changed, and now it's important for them to know how much of your regular audience is watching your videos. Only after that do they start actively recommending them to new viewers. Therefore, it's important that your content is interesting to your regular audience, those who have watched your videos before or are your subscribers. But it's also important to attract new viewers. The ideal ratio of new to returning viewers for each video should be 60% new and 40% returning. You can find this metric for each video right here in YouTube Analytics, or check it for your channel as a whole to see the bigger picture. If you have too little engagement with your regular audience, it means you need to think about topics that will be relevant to your subscribers and adjust your content plan. If you have too few new viewers, it means your topics are too narrow, not attracting a large audience, or you are posting too few shorts. Shorts is a very important source for new viewers' traffic. I check the analytics 48 hours after publishing each video, after a week, and at the end of each month. Don't forget to like this video and to subscribe to my channel to get more useful videos for creators. See you next week!